Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to sync and color corrections. So let's get right into it. Make a new project. Make sure it's 1080-60 and make sure to unclick that. Make sure that's on however you say that, and let's do that. So stuff you're going to need is obviously Sony Vegas, a song, which I have here, and your clips, and obviously your gunshots. You don't want to have the reactions. Well, you can, but just make sure you have your own gunshots and your cinematic. So first thing I'm gonna do is drag in my clip. I'm gonna do the sniping one first. So yeah, you can just drag it in. It's gonna say this, make sure you click no. You have your clip in. Now first things first, let's make our black bars. So go into media, generators, solid color, white, drag that onto the top, X out of there, click on this green box thing, it says compositing mode, and set that to multiply. And then when you click on the cropping, make sure that isn't clicked, and then just drag that down to however you want the black bars. So you can make it as big or as small as you want. I'm gonna have it about right there. I think that looks pretty good. So now let's drag in our song. I like this song a lot. It's pretty simple, so let's find the drop. Alright, so the drop is right there. I'll go back a little bit, split it right there, and drag it back. So now let's get into the syncing. Actually no, we need to add our cinematics in. Alright, so now I have my cinematic. You guys won't have to do that because you guys will probably have actual cinematics. Now we can go ahead and sync this real quick. Alright, so, oh crap. So cinematics, it's basically the same as as clips, but go ahead and right click on it, switches, disable resample, insert velocity. Alright, so it doesn't have any beats, so I'm just gonna speed it up and then kind of slow it down. And make that fast. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and make it end when the lyrics start, or like when that starts. And I'm gonna go ahead and make it speed up towards the end. And make that slow fade. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so now we can sync the clip, switches, disable resample, insert velocity. So now we're going to listen to the song and add markers on all the kicks and snares. So you can do that by pressing M on the keyboard, and we're going to do that while the video is playing. So like I'm clicking them right now. Alright, so I'm done with that. Now I know where the beats roughly are. Like, they're not going to be perfect, obviously. We get the general idea, and that's the important thing. So, where you want the shot to be, double click, and that will add a little square. And do that before and in front, before and after the shot, or where you want the shot to be. And then speed this up to about 200, or like anywhere in between probably 180 and 280 80 sounds pretty good. So alright, so since I slowed this down, I'm gonna speed it up until this happens. It's gonna make more sense later, okay? Alright, so this is gonna work. Alright, so when you guys see me doing this, hopefully you'll kind of get an idea of how velocity works. So now I'm going to get into the actual tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Delete that. Insert audio track, and we're going to import our own gunshots because you always want to do that so you don't have like just random noises from the game mode. So that's not it. That's it. Alright, so DSR 50 hit marker. And let me zoom in on this real quick. Cut off the first part. And that looks good. Alright, so let's see how this looks. That looks really nice. Alright, so once you've synced the shot, go ahead and go to the next beat or snare. Alright, so it's right there. Double click before, after, and drag that up to probably 300. Well, it depends on the situation. Like right now there's not a lot of movement, like he kind of moves back and then goes, so I'm gonna set that to 300 because like it needs a lot of movement. So set that to normals. Alright, actually no, yeah, set it to 50 after that. And then alright, so when it should be shooting right now, it's actually really good if it's aiming in. I think it looks really good like that. So like if you're doing this, it's kind of hard to explain, okay, but if it's about to shoot, like if it's where it's supposed to shoot and it's aiming in, that's good. Alright, so I was way off, so shot's right here. Double click like normal. And drag that up until he shoots. Oh. Okay, so he's actually aiming in for a while, so I'm gonna give this more time to gradually, you know, speed up. And one thing you can do is set the arch before to slow and then the one after to fast, and it kind of makes it like more perky, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just more of an aggressive look, I guess. Alright, so it does shoot a couple frames after, and I'm alright with that. Maybe try and fix it a little bit more. Alright, so now it's like dead on actually. So drag that back. And we can add our gunshot again. So right click, copy, go right here, right click, paste. And now you have your gunshot again. And let's see what this looks like. That looks pretty good. So now we're going to do the same thing. It's pretty repetitive, but practice makes perfect, honestly. Alright, so see how it's aiming in? Or like kind of aiming in right there? It looks pretty good. So now go to where your shot is going to be, double click, same thing as always, and then drag that up until it shoots. Nice. Copy. And same thing, you guys know the drill. Paste. Nice. And now we're gonna sync the movement. Drag this up a lot. Oh my gosh, okay, don't drag that up a lot. What looks good? Think 200 is gonna look good on this clip. Different speeds work good for different movements. Like right now he's jumping, so it looks really bad if you speed it up a lot, because it'll just like go whoosh, and it will jump up really fast, and that's not gonna look very good. So alright, so same thing again, and go to where it's gonna be, drag that up. And if it's not fast enough, there's two options. You can either drag that up or drag this up, which is what I'm gonna do. And that just drags this up. You know what I mean. So, alright, that's way too fast. So we're gonna drag that up, drag that up. Let's see how that looks. That looks pretty good. So, copy, paste, and yeah. That's actually a DSR sound for the ballista, but it's alright. You guys can actually add the ballista sound, but actually, yeah, here, I'll do it. I can't be too lazy, you know. Alright, so delete. And we're gonna go ahead and trim this up. And now it's the proper gun sound. So basically you do this for the whole clip. It's very repetitive, and a couple options. If you want it to be more aggressive, I guess you can right click on these curves and do it like that, like I said earlier. But what is the default? Smooth. Yeah, the default is smooth. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, because I don't know, I guess it looks good in this edit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this for the rest of the clip, and I will be right back.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so I am done syncing it, and let's just go ahead and have a look. Now, what I actually want to do is add a shake at the last shot. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So just click on this, and yeah. So at the start, probably have it. Okay, so at the start, zoom in. Probably. Oh, is that affect? What? Here, let me restore this. Is this affecting the... Okay, for a second it was affecting the widescreen bars, but zoom in a little bit. Not that much, probably about right there. Looks good. Then go 2 frames over, actually 3 or 4. Actually, let's go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go ahead and go 10 frames over and just tilt it to the right a little bit and move it up and to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. Okay, so now go back down here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 frames over, and then tilt it to the left and go in the top left. And 8, 9, 10, and then repeat it. This time we're going down here, and about right there, I guess. I don't feel like going exactly 10 frames over again. And actually, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to slowly zoom out when I'm doing this. So just like gradually zoom out on each of them. And this is kind of how you do a impacted shake effect, I guess. Actually, it should, yeah. Let's just do 3, okay. So this one needs to be zoomed out a lot, like basically all the way back. This one can be like medium. And this one like really zoomed in. So let's go ahead and see how this looks. I'm not gonna lie, that looks extremely bad. So I'm actually not gonna do as much side action. That looks really bad. On the last one, I forgot to restore it. Yeah, there's just too much tilting, I think. Alright, let's see that. Why does that look so bad? Here, let's go ahead and restore both of these. Zoom in. Alright, so it's not going to be that big of an effect. I think I'm zooming in too much is a problem, so tilt to the left a little bit, tilt to the right. And add another keyframe. Tilt it. Which one did the last one go? Left, right, left. Let's see how this looks. Alright, so I'm happy with that. You guys can change it however you want. And I'll actually show you guys how to make a color correction real quick. So go ahead and click on the first clip, hold shift and click on the last clip, and then go down to your effects, video effects I mean, and scroll down to magic bullet looks and then drag that on. So the first thing we're going to do is diffusion. Drag that on. Grade 60, highlights only 100, exposure, oh gosh. Drag that until it looks good, I guess. And then you can make it whatever color you want. Let's go with a purple bluish thing. You can't really see it on this map, but on raid I think it's gonna look pretty good. So make that pretty overexposed. 1 is pretty good. Then post spot exposure. Drag that up there. Make it an oval and drag these stops up to however you think. It's really customization. However you think looks good. So it's gonna look a lot better on the raid map. Did it have an effect on this map? It didn't even have an effect on the clip. What? Well, I guess let's just drag it on there. I'm not an expert on making color corrections. You guys can look at another tutorial on that. Or maybe I'll do a tutorial in the future if I get more experience with it. But let's go ahead and do this real quick. Make it blue. Grade there. Exposure compensation up. Highlights only 100. Like before. Let's actually make that 1. Or around 1. Looks good. Make it a purple-ish, bluish color. I think that looks pretty good. Spot exposure up in the top. And drag that up. Make it a bit wider. And let's see how this looks. So that looks pretty good. Yeah, I would show you guys pan and crop, but I'm honestly not that good at that. So I think this is going to be the end of the tutorial. I just want to thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this, be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video.
A few moments later.
Now, one thing I did forget to show you guys is how to render out videos. So basically you just double click in this top area and then this will pop up. Drag that to the end of your video. Mine's right here. That's just other stuff. Actually, let me fade this out. And I'm going to fade the audio out. So split it. and fade that out. So now double click and drag that to the end. Wait, is that the end? That's good enough. Alright, so render as. I use this one in Sony AVC MVC, and it's internet 1280 by 720, and then I change this to 1080 and this to 60. Project best, and click OK, and then you select where you want to save it. I have it in a Sony Vegas folder where I save all my final videos, so that was a mess up actually. Alright, so I'm just going to name it Tutorial Edit and replace that because I messed it up. And let's go ahead and render this out. Yes, click yes right there. And now it's going to start rendering out. So this is so I can show you guys the final product at the end of the video. So yeah, this is the real end of the video. I swear to God, how long did I make this? 40. What the? What? 42 minutes. How in the world? Oh crap.